Well, the onset of fall weather, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Taking it about the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the game's first play. 2nd down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. It's caught. Lockett. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He lets it fly for Lockett. This is intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the 49ers are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared, but I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 44. And Lance now to throw. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover,
touchdown, 49ers! Deebo Samuel, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers on just 2 plays have taken the lead. His first career touchdown pass, and you know, it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Here's Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Here's Wilson to throw. Flush to his right. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. They go play action with Wilson. Dancing to his left. Into the secondary, past the 40. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. And all the way down to the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Throwing is Wilson. Flushed out right. Toward the pylon, caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Play action. It's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a good decision there. He was looking, and he was looking, but the coverage was excellent. Nice job to get rid of it and try and find something better on 3rd and goal. He didn't let that clock accelerate and force him into an error.
On 3rd down, Cottrell, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. And it's caught. He's got it. So they go for 2. They convert, and along with it, they'll take an 8-7 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. T.J. Green with a pick. And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
To throw is Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He's got his man. again. That's Everett, the tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Finding room to the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf. His 4th touchdown on the year. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. Wilson going to throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Lance, a handoff here to Mostert. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. This rivalry, Charles, the Seahawks and Niners, really one of the best in the NFL. So many great games in the last decade or so between these two. Where does this one rank for you in terms of best rivalries of, let's say, the 21st century?
I'm so glad you phrased it that way because we look back on some of the best rivalries in the NFL. We're talking about traditional rivalries like Bears-Packers. But here in the 21st century, it's hard to beat Seahawks and Niners because when they get together, you're often playing for division titles, positioning in the playoffs, and chasing the Super Bowl. Similar to Ravens and Steelers, 2 of the best rivalries in the NFL.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lance, and they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. Touchdown 49ers! His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers are back within a score. Gold to add the extra point. And it's good. It cuts it to 2. 16-14 our score. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. He'll find Metcalf. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 41-yard line. Wilson to Metcalf that time. 1st down, Seattle. Wilson will throw again. Eluding the pressure right. That completes it again to Metcalf. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Wilson. Being chased out left. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Gerald Everett, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. He'll buy some time right. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On 2nd and 11 now, Lance. And this one is incomplete.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Off of play action, here's Lance. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Back deep, the former All-Pro Tyler Lockett. Pulled in at the 24. 13 yards, the tally on the return there. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. And that one results in 35 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Second and 11. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. Lance going to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half.
26, Mike.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Lance. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Again, they'll throw it with Lance. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And out of bounds right around the 20.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw taken in by Samuel. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Lance looking to throw it. And it's caught. Touchdown. Raheem Mostert in the final seconds of the first half. And the 49ers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. Play action. Now Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He lets it fly for Lockett. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. That's going to be caught by Samuel. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Throwing now is Lance. And returns it right back to Samuel. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
All right, partner, I wasn't good enough to get this done, but I played with plenty of guys who did. When they spotted wide receiver screen and they got to the football fast and blew the whole thing up, the same result as we just saw usually happened. No gain.
Here's Lance. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
And they'll go for it. Lance. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Cottrell. Ambry Thomas up to make the play defensively. Now it's 2nd and 9.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that one or two guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Returnable for Lockett. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll take this one down near the 15. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. It's Wilson. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now Lance. His throw incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Here's Lance to throw it. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And the Seahawks are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here in Santa Clara. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Eluding the pressure right to the right side and complete to Metcalf. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards that time for number 14. They go play action now. Wilson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun. Wilson escaping the pressure right. He's going to go up top for the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Gerald Everett with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Seahawks are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is now 24. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
26 Mike.
To throw, it's Lance. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Lance now on first down. That's complete out left to Ayuk.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Again, it's Lance.
He's going to air one out. Oh, man, it's caught inside the 10. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime,
and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jamal Adams. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Come on now, let's make it happen, baby. Let's make it
Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. Might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Get that ball. Get that ball. 26 Mike. 26 Mike.
And Lance now to throw.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
26 Mike, 26 Mike.
To throw on third down. Lance. They've got his man complete. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing, and if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. To throw again on second down.
Lance. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Lance looks to throw again.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Lance to throw for it on 4th down.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. Wilson wants to throw it. Flush to his right. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 36 yards on the play. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Flushed out right.
There's Lockett pulling in a tough grab.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. The extra point now coming from Myers. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
49ers 21. Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken in at the 3. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring.